All right, what's this?
A Sherman. M4 Sherman.
M4 A1.
A1, absolutely, well done. How many variants were there?
Oh my god.
5.
5? Nope.
6.
Well done, 6.
Oh.
There were 6 major
just gonna
variants.
say.
So workhorse the German Army, Second World War. Workhorse of the American Army, Second World War. The M4 Sherman. The US made over 50,000 of them. Okay. They were 30 tons. That meant that dockyard trains could pick them up. Okay.
Very easily.
Very easily. What was good about the Sherman? Go on.
Fast.
Yeah, what, 32 miles an hour, I think you could do, right?
It could be moved more easily to different battles. Thanks to Tiger.
Okay, so it was mechanically reliable, easy to mass produce. Those are the good things about the Sherman. What were the bad things about the Sherman? Another thing, what were the problems?
This armor was outmatched by the new German guns.
See, he's right. What's yours?
It was too light so bullets could easily go through it.
The armor was thin. It was easy to penetrate. You're correct. Anything else? Okay, so yes, you touched upon all those things. The fundamental problem was the Sherman was designed by the US before they were involved in the Second World War. So they looked at the fighting going on in Europe and they built a tank to fight German tanks of 40-41 period. Okay, of which this would have been great, no problem. But of course, by the time it was deployed in large numbers in 1944, the Germans had moved on. They had bigger and better tanks. Armor, 2 inches. 3.5 on that, nearly 5 on the Panther. Guns, all 75mm guns. Length of the barrels get progressively longer. What that means is there's more muzzle velocity. The shell is flying faster. Okay? What does that mean? That means that he could kill him at over a mile. He would have to close to a couple of 100 feet of the Panther to try and penetrate the armor. But again, penetration is difficult because the armor was so thick. You'll read tons of accounts of guys in these firing, hitting that, and literally seeing the shell just spin off into space and whiz off into space. Other problems, these were known as Ronsons. They were one strike and they would light every time. They were notorious for internal fires, which are lethal and deadly for tank crews, okay? One of the reasons for that is this. At the beginning of the Second World War, the US had no real industries making guns or thinking about tanks, all right? So they didn't have tank engines, or enough of them. What they did have was thousands and thousands of aircraft engines. Because the American aircraft industry in the 30s was still going strong. So they had lots of these 9-cylinder radial aircraft engines. So the Sherman is designed around this plane engine, basically. You can almost imagine a propeller coming off the front there, can't you? All right, so what are the design problems with using an aircraft engine in a tank? Well, there's a couple of them. The first is high-octane gasoline is very combustible. I mean, it's really easy to start a fire, okay? The second problem is these are designed to run really hot and fast. And so the cylinder, the piston in the cylinder head is designed to heat up and expand. There's a crack deliberately left between the pistons and the cylinder head for that expansion. Well, in tanks, they never ran them long and hot and fast. So that gap rarely closed, and oil would seep past the pistons and foul the spark plugs. So if you're in your Sherman, your biggest maintenance nightmare is spark plugs. Either replacing them or cleaning them, taking them out and cleaning them. Yes, sir?
Another reason why it catches fire is also the ammo. Absolutely,
the ammo storage was very bad. The ammo, guess where the ammo was stored? Just behind here. This is why they put this band-aid of metal on it. Because we had the wrong tank, basically. You know, we had the wrong tank to go to war with, and we panicked, and we did things like this. Slap on an extra piece of steel, because the Germans would always shoot at this point, because the ammunition was stored just behind here.
And these white stars were good targets.
And these white stars were good targets, exactly. You'll see combat pictures where the crews would hang logs, sandbags, anything they could off these things in a desperate attempt to give themselves more protection. It didn't help, but psychologically it might have helped them. The worst accounts you'll ever read of men trapped inside these things burning. Yeah, it's pretty bad. The book to get is called Death Traps by Belton Cooper, and he was a field engineer, had to recover these tanks from the battlefields and put them back into service. And in the book he described how they took out the escape hatch and they would hose out the inside of the tank to wash out the remains of all the previous guys. Yeah, and then just patch the hole over and send the vehicle back out there. It was pretty grim business. Okay, so that's the Sherman. All right, let's come over here.
The Panther.
The Panther. We're finally, we've arrived.
Yeah.
Let's do this and go home because we're done, right? I mean, this is the whole point of it, right?
He probably wants to see
So
something.
touch the tank and tell me what you feel.
Hard. Rough.
What is it?
Rough.
It's rough. What's it made of?
It's some weird mixture of.
Steel.
That's not steel.
It's not.
Concrete.
Well done. It's a mixture of concrete and sawdust. It's called Zimmerit. The Germans painted it on their metal tanks to make them anti-magnetic because the Russians had magnetic mines that they were using. Okay? So this is our Mark V Panzer, or our Panther tank as it's called. Okay? The Germans made 6,000 of these things in the Second World War. Okay? We'll come on to why later on. This is the tank we're famous for. This is the tank Jacques pulled from a swamp in Poland, brought it back here, spent 5 years, $4 million, pulling it apart and restoring it to mint condition. If he couldn't get authentic parts, he went back to the people that made the tank in the Second World War and he had them make parts for it. The tank was made by the MAN company, the engine is made by Maybach. They still exist today, they make truck engines, they make trucks in Germany to this day. Okay, but it brings up a good question. It brings up a good point. The companies that profited from Hitler's war are still out there making money. What's up with that?
Those running wheels are Continental,
Oh, yeah?
right? It says Continental on them.
Really?
Continental tires.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Oh well.
On the rubber.
They made them for it?
Yeah, they made them for him. The original company. Oh, if you take apart some of the motors running inside, the ball bearings, say Sweden, you know.
Is that authentic?
Yeah. In English it says made in Sweden.
Oh, so that's a good point. Did you hear what he just said? He said the motors in here, if you were to open up the motors in here, you would see ball bearings made in Sweden. Made in Sweden.
It says made in Sweden in English on them, but they're original.
Okay, so what's the problem with that statement? Well, I'll tell you what happened. The British and Americans paid Sweden not to sell the Germans military equipment and iron ore. And then on the black market, the Swedes sold the Germans military equipment and iron ore. So they got paid twice for the same product. So much for Swedish neutrality. Switzerland, there's another one. You know, the Swiss, home of the Swiss Red Cross, right? They're all peace-loving, whatever. Absolute nonsense. They manufactured precision military equipment and sold it to the Germans. And of course, they were paid in gold. How much of that gold was contaminated by tooth enamel, I don't know. But that's a politically incorrect statement to make, but probably true. So, to this day, they deny that they had anything. They're like, ooh, whatever.
A lot of the money that came out of Germany was hidden in Switzerland.
Correct.
After the war. Still, some of it's probably there today.
And those famous Swiss bank accounts, bank vaults. All right, let's do the Panther.
What are these for?
These are for regimental emblems and for the driver to judge distance next to a wall or a building or a tree. However, I have never ever seen them in any combat picture exist. In fact,
I've never seen them
I've never seen this survive in combat. This is all torn and ripped off. I think when Hitler bought this one, it was in the showroom, you know, the car showroom, and this is the mint condition one, and he paid for this one. But when they manufactured it, they never bothered putting those kind of things on.
That's
This
right.
is like the biggest tank here.
No. The outside is the biggest thing.
Restroom.
I really want to go into the IS.
Really? Line 3 is kind of dirty.
I saw like this mini
It's
pod
okay.
that I wanted. Remember that mini pod?
That's right, that's right. When you go up there, Jonas, make sure you take a look at the radios. That's Papa's work.
So Yuri built the radios that are in here, and they're fully functioning radios.
Yep.
So again, feet first, allow yourself in. So
Should I try to like grab onto the tracks or?
Yeah, absolutely. Make sure both hands are grabbing onto something before you step up. Keep on going up. I got the ladder, don't worry.
If you want to.
There you go.
Hoi.
Wait, the driver is so close?
No, the drive's at the front.
Oh.
That's the gun. That's the loader.
You know what's interesting is that this tank has the original sight, the TZF-12A.
Oh really?
Yeah.
But the mark is really worn on it. I can't even see
This
them.
hole
I
is
thought
too
it
small.
was. I thought he hadn't restored it properly.
Good luck with that. Everyone had to go through with this.
Well, it came in its original box. I remember Jacques saw it.
You need to come on.
I found the guy that delivered that site.
That's like, and it's supposed to have those.
You want to go in there?
You can go in there if you want.
Okay.
Can I take a look?
Please. That has bugged me a lot about this. So where's the original gun sight? Tell me if this is the one. Maybe I'm blind. I don't know.
So how do I climb into the cupola?
Same as always. Sit down, both feet first, lower yourself in. Sit on the edge, put your feet in. Now this is the picture you need to get.
First one, a little crack on the side. If that's there, then that's the original one.
Okay.
If it's not, then I don't know.
Alright, I'm coming in.
So
Be
you know
careful
what
behind you.
happened No, hey, stand up, get your picture taken. Alright, so Überstimmenführer, what's your name? Edger. Überstimmenführer Edger. No, you got to stand up, put your hands on the side there.
But the side, you have to act like a proud German commander, man.
Überstimmenführer, there you go.
You're driving to the east.
You're it, man, you're going to fight the Russians.
You're going to get Lebensraum.
Get my headshot.
That's a real commander doesn't worry about. It's the ones that, the bad commanders are the ones that head all the way.
Into the gunner.
Wait. Okay. We take turns. We have a lot of time with this.
The ammo loader.
Oh my gosh, it is so dark in here.
I just loaded a gun, but just kidding. Please do not press that pedal on the bottom.
There's a power traverse.
Ooh, this is cool. I can see you guys. Hello. I can see you. Hello. Yeah, I can see you. Can I please switch now?
Okay, sure.
I'm sorry if you have to call.
Yeah, there's more room.
I'm turning
Yeah.
the gun.
Excuse me?
Ah! The optic hit me.
I'm
turning the gun. This optic thingy
Crawl
hit
over.
me.
Just crawl over.
Okay, I'll try.
Ah, this is horrible. Nathan, I'm sure you have the most comfortable position in some
Turning
of
the
them.
gun. Am I turning the gun? How do you get in there? What? Okay. Where are you going? Okay.
Do you guys play World of Tanks?
I play World
all
Tank
the
and then I
time.
switched to War Thunder.
I do.
Okay, is that better?
It's a little bit more realistic.
Okay.
Stand up, Kaden, otherwise he can't get you.
I'm trying to.
Oh my gosh.
Holding up yourself? Okay, right here.
This is horrible.
Mommy. Wait, that one's a really old. That's the M3 lead. That's the
I can
M3
come out
lead.
now.
Yes, it is.
And my
Okay, young
dad
man.
also received that antenna on the desk. Okay, yeah.
Aye.
Jonas, sit down, buddy. We'll go wait.
Always remember your hand has the holding stuff all the time, okay? When you go to move to anywhere.
You're flying out of the ammunition pack right now.
Yeah.
Come on, fat boy.
Yeah, I am fat.
So imagine doing that if you were wounded, or on fire, you were
And you
sick
can
or
pull
hungry.
yourself up.
Imagine that and try and do that in a hurry.
Nope.
Yeah.
If
That one's the
that
easiest. Like,
interior
just
is burning,
up.
you're out of those holes.
For me,
like that.
no. Whoa,
Okay.
that's very deep.
It's fine. I'll lower you in. You want me to lower you in?
I can try.
Okay. Do it in feet first.
If you go in that side, you can move the
Both feet
leg
first. Lower
right
yourself
there.
in. Where are you going?
I already went in there.
Okay.
Alright. You want to come out this way or around and go out?
I know how to get
Wait, Jones. Wait. This guy's.
Did you go in there yet?
No, I'm gonna go. About to.
You've had your turn in here.
Whoa.
All right. So you're coming in, right? All right.
Where's the
This is the best and coolest spot. Put your head inside the skull cap and aim the machine gun with your head. It's pretty cool.
That's not important, is it?
right there?
There's a leather cap in there.
Hi, Kaden.
Like a skull cap.
Oh, I can't see you with the radio here. Oh, well.
Can I get out? Can I move to your spot after?
Later, I'm here first.
Okay. I'm getting out of the driver's seat.
Okay, cool.
It's called that.
Ah.
I'm back to my tank.
Alright.
Yeah.
Hey, whoever's holding the machine gun, really?
She's playing around with you.
Do you see me?
It's very hard to look through the optic. I don't know if I'm just not leaning in far enough. Hi.
What?
Yeah, that's interesting. Oi. Okay.
You can go to it.
This thing is really reclining, huh?
Yeah.
What do I grab?
You want a hand? It's not a pretty sight.
Okay then, you go in. I'll
I know exactly what to do up here.
Alright, come on then, you.
go.
What?
He's on the
Not even
engine
touching the
compartment.
gun.
I'm touching it. I know.
Here, I want to try moving it.
I'll try to drive this.
Yeah,
Sure.
you're moving it. There's nothing besides a machine gun and a radio here.
Yeah, what do you expect? That's the whole machine gun or the radio operator.
I'm sitting on the machine gun and the gun. I wonder what.
This is the machine gun. That's the big gun.
I know. The machine gun is actually over there, behind you.
There's a machine gun right here also.
It's Edric, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Hey, Edric,
Yes?
look at the piece of metal in front of your eyes. Look how thin the roof is. See how thin the metal
Like
is?
10 millimeter.
Yeah, that's how thin it was. So the 5 inches is here. The surface, the roof
Hey,
of this
Neil.
thing is, yes sir.
So what I did is I increased the magnification on the scope, and you can see the triangles now.
Okay.
They're still a little faint, but they're there.
No, there you go.
Okay, and this is definitely the original site.
Okay.
Let's see here.
I know my dad works in the radio room. I even helped him on some.
Pretty cool. Looks like I use a tiller system. Yeah, right here. 2 tillers. How's it go? Ah! Ah. Cool. I think that's the original turret.
Okay, good.
This is how it was, and then they replaced it.
Looks pretty good over here.
Yeah, you're in the last spot. That's cool.
Germany invaded Russia with that tank, and they came up against this tank. And this was the best tank of the Second World War, the Russian T-34-76.